Patty Still, and we are totally psyched to be able to bring this to you tonight. And we want to thank Blueseed Studios for opening up this space to us. Why we're here tonight? We are here because for the last 3 years we have been running the Adirondack Center for Writing. We've been running a high school writing retreat, and we bring up poets, performance poets, to teach high school students about poetry and about how to perform poetry. And it's a program that we've done for 3 years. It's grown every year. This year, today, we had 90 high school students from 10 different schools around the North Country. And we had the 3 poets you're going to see tonight. They were all teaching today, and teaching students not only about how to write poems and how to create imagery, better imagery, but they were also teaching them how to perform. And they're the best in their field. I want to thank, they didn't fund this program tonight, but I want to thank the funders who fund that high school program because they made this performance tonight also possible. And that was the Adirondack Community Trust Corning Home Fund, the Ben Ullman Fund, and the Saranac Lake School Fund.
Thanks again for coming.
Do you want me to bring that down, please?
I don't know. Is it too much for you?
No.
My snot in your ear.
Is that too much for you?
It's good. I'm pale. I need it. I roast a little up here. So yeah, again, you know, it's always such a pleasure. I've been here last year, and I didn't get to perform, but you know, I taught with the kids, and you guys have some amazing kids that you're bringing up, so that's really exciting. Because I also work, I teach poetry, you know, me and Roger especially. I don't, what do you doing around here, Patrick?
I don't know.
You do nothing, huh? He's a go-go dancer, but you know, so it's just interesting always to see like the different realms. How am I doing? Am I all right? Should I just keep talking?
Yes.
So you can figure it out? All right, I'll just be really quiet for a second. There was the summer you ignored me so hard it gave me bad posture. By fall, the chiropractor prescribed a back brace and a name tag to wear around the house. Every Christmas Eve, instead of throwing me my birthday party, you'd soak me in the bathtub fully clothed, then hang mistletoe above all the light sockets. I was never included in family portraits. You said I had a face only a mother could leave. I remember standing in your hallway every other weekend, gazing at you and my stepbrother wearing those framed smiles I knew I would never inherit. I became your biggest fan, chasing your car home from the grocery store, standing outside your bedroom for an autograph or a handshake, explaining to you, Mom, I've seen all of your home movies, weekend trip to the zoo, mother-son picnic in Yosemite, and knew every one of your mood swings by heart. When you dropped me off at home, I'd brag to Dad and his girlfriend about my brush with fame. They'd smile and nod, then shake that wild imagination right out of me. But pretty soon those weekend visits faded into a 19-year carnival line where I waited for you until the sights and the sounds of families and laughter made my stomach plunge. That's the year I lost my appetite, then found it in men, disguised as getaway cars. Sometimes a tingling sensation sweeps across my cheek like an amputee's phantom itch, and I realize how much I miss the back of your hand. I know I never apologized for steering you into that marital car crash, but how was I to know they'd pry your legs apart, drag me from the wreckage, my first cry shattering that rear-view mirror for a heart? You could have told them. You could have explained. I was just some filthy hitchhiker you never meant to pick up. A greedy little fetus, an accident waiting to happen. Waiting to happen.
It's great to be here. It's okay. Yeah, I think when I was in grad school, one of the things that I did to earn a little bit extra money was there was a woman who worked in the administration. Can people in the back hear me? There was a woman who worked in the administrative offices at Sarah Lawrence, and I would drive her from Bronxville to Manhattan so that she could get radiation therapy because she was being treated for cancer. And so this is for her. This is for Maureen Klein. Who says the eye loves symmetry? Doesn't the eye love the ragged tear of sky, the treetop shred horizon? The eye, after all, loves the dizzy dip of a road, its precarious tilt towards a ravine, only wrist-deep water and giant smooth rocks to break the sky's fall. The eye loves the bit peach, window agape, buildings caught with swagger across the skyline. The eye loves unpainted pickets, cracked planks, the harlequin, the prow poked out of water like a chin. Loves the evergreen arched over a flood like an old man looking into the street for a hand. Loves a sawed link, chewed rope, a birch's slants. But the eye can't love what it can't see. The woman striding, tired and brave amid the lobby's bustle, and under her shirt, a single breast.
So clearly I'm the happiest of the three of us. My home country is Trinidad, so a bunch of my poems have a reference there and that culture and stuff. I lost my virginity to calypso, to the songs of slaves, the ghosts of souls that disappear with languages lost. My grandfather's French-African patois never sang to me. His talk-some, keep-some philosophies meant swallow all your pride. None of his chantwell hymns or oui papa except through these songs. Louverture's dream, rhyming its way hard through steel pan and the repartee of African ballad, griot story made freedom song. My waist learned to move with the whip, with the song, with the prayer, with the silent acquiescence of my grandfather's tongue, phasing out his own Creole for the Victorian flourish of his father's hand. Through the ghost of a language lost learned, the stroke of a sweet fuck. A soul taking up residence in a music to survive life as a squatter in a redeemed people's songs. I lost my virginity to the echo and crackle of the can brûlée. First declaration of emancipation, Bacchanalian festival turned, revolt turned, African turned, lost tongue turned, the still raging fire, hollowing out the soul of the oil drum to survive Africa. As a stubborn tenant in a European mask, we learned how to fuck like this sweet wine, like surreptitious, like uprising, like make more Africans while mass asleep, more drums to replace the ones banned, more tongues to replace the ones cut out and made to flop useless on the cocoa floor, the one my grandfather replaced with the Blackfoot dance of the coffee bean and the bois of the gael, and the future for his children and the land that he left. This is how we learn to move. Slow, figure 8 from the waist down. Put the heartbeat into the grind and the juve and the dimanche gras. We learn to move like sand. Shift like the chatter of forbidden tongues. La Reine Rivée and the lifetimes of movement from Bourg Mulatresse and Laventil and all that is Africa in Trinidad, from the slave barracks in Belmont to the burial grounds in Pointe-Pourtant. Land on our shores, fascinated by our insouciant rhythms, or the movement of waistlines through impossible emotions. And remember, these are tongues, these are lost languages, this is the dozens, this is tap dance, stories told through the ballad of steel pan and calypso. We learn to move under the shadows of our grandfather's tongues, in the shade of the immortelle, in the middle of the night, in the stomp of Shango ritual, in the chaos of Savannah dust, in the silence of Ash Wednesday, in love, in lust, and the eternal stroking of our hips. We learn to move, we learned to move, we learn to move, and still, we have this language that proves it. That proves it.
Thank you guys so much.
Guess what? The books are for sale.
Yeah.
Please help yourselves, and I'm sure Roger and Patrick will be happy to sign them. And thank you guys all for coming out and representing the Adirondacks so that they know that there are a lot of people who like poetry too.